Hey y'all, welcome to Dani Tries a Ting. I'm just gonna give you guys some updates this week on, I guess, things that I've been ruminating over in terms of my business. As I do that, I'm just gonna put away some of my paper dolls. A lot of paper dolls that I've been working on. Y'all recognize this shirt. Oh, sorry. Y'all recognize this shirt. So I made this paper doll of my sister for her 40th birthday. I knew she was going to love it, but I didn't know the extent to which she was actually going to love it. Anyway, so I have all her outfits. I decided that I was going to attempt to offer custom paper dolls. Now, if you've been following me for a minute or you've been following me on social media, you know that I've been making these custom paper dolls. Okay, so I clearly don't want to be on screen right now. But basically, I made a TikTok video where I announced, quite randomly actually, that I was going to do a custom draw for a custom paper doll. And the idea is people simply have to follow sophupshop on IG, because I'm trying to grow my IG. But then also people need to comment. So they need to engage with the post and they need to comment on why the selected person, either themselves or somebody else, deserves to have a custom paper doll made of them. Now, I gotta say, this whole process is making me so nervous because I need to get people to engage, right? Like, you're putting yourself out there. And while people love free things, it's still like, I don't know, maybe people don't love paper dolls. I don't know. I'm trying to understand why the low engagement so far. And it's been like maybe, I would say 6 or 7 people who have engaged. And I thought maybe I would get like, I don't know, at least 20 people. So that is a little bit nerve-wracking. But there's still time. Actually, by the time I post this video, I think there's still time to enter the contest. So if you do want to win a custom paper doll, I think it's like a really, really cute gift. Actually, here, let me show you how I had made one. Okay. This was one that I made for my partner when I was announcing to him that we were having our first baby. But this was actually an articulated doll, so you see how the pieces can actually, the arms can move, etc., etc. But I have it framed and everything. I was actually thinking that maybe the one that people will win will be framed as well. I don't know. We'll see. Hopefully I'll get more engagement, but that's like the nerve-wracking thing about putting yourself out there, is you don't know how people are going to engage. But I keep having to remind myself that, you know what, you have to be your own cheerleader. So that's what I'm doing. One of the things that I've been reeling over this week has been the difference between my Etsy shop versus my .com. And the reason that I bring it up is that I have found that people have been more so going to my Etsy shop, and I keep trying to understand why. I recognized from the jump that I needed to be able to distinguish between the two. So for example, a strategy could be that my Etsy shop doesn't carry everything that my .com does. So maybe that's more incentive to visit my .com. Another thing could be pricing, the pricing difference. Some people will price things differently, especially because Etsy takes so much in terms of fees that maybe it can be more cost effective for a customer to buy directly from, you know, my .com. Don't yet have all the answers, and what I think I'm going to do is maybe canvas some of the clients that have recently purchased from me to find out. I did also do a search on Google, and I did find that the sophupshop on Etsy ranks higher. So people are probably just clicking on the first link that they see. So I need to figure out how to make sure my .com ranks higher than my Etsy. If y'all know anything about that realm, let a girl know so that I can promote my .com, because I think eventually what I would like to do is remove myself from Etsy altogether, at least for this particular shop. I really want to figure out how to do this thing independently. And so that is sort of the aspiration down the road, to exist completely on my own without the assistance of Etsy. I think Etsy serves a specific purpose. So for example, Etsy has its own sort of built-in algorithm and built-in customers. I usually go on Etsy, like I shop on Etsy, I love Etsy. Etsy is so great for discovering small businesses and what have you. But it would be nice to reach a point where my own marketing is what generates the leads to my own shop, you know? So that's something that I've been sort of thinking about in terms of my Etsy, because some of you have been following me since I started posting about Etsy. It's still going. I know I haven't been posting any updates, and I do want to do a sort of, I don't know if it's going to be on a quarterly basis or on, you know, like basically like a 6 month in how am I doing financially. I really do want to provide financial updates just for transparency, because I think there are, sorry, the beat. I think there are a lot of expenses that get accumulated along the way. And so being able to understand what it is you're dealing with. That I have been not really good at, as my partner will say, is like wearing my product. I feel like I wear it a lot. So for example, at the vendors markets, I will wear my product all the time. However, the issue that I was having was that I wasn't always wearing a product that I physically carried. And so I'm trying to get better at that. But then also just, you know, when I'm out and about, I feel like sometimes when I'm out and about with the kids, I don't want to get my good stuff dirty. So then I will be less inclined to wear it. But yesterday was an example of, we went somewhere and somebody saw the shirt and then they inquired about it. And I don't know, that reminder to constantly be shameless. I feel like I have to turn that reminder on. It's like having the audacity, continuing to have the audacity, continuing to dare is so important. And I'm just bringing this up to sort of call it out to myself and to remind you to continue to be bold, because what ended up happening is somebody inquired about the item, and potentially that will be a purchase. Who knows how that relationship will materialize into something else. So reminder, plug yourself, be your own cheerleader. If you don't do it, nobody else will. Okay, so I was just filming content for my TikTok and my IG because I just got a package, but it's already open, so I will show you. This is overexposed. 1 second. Let's try that. Is it better? I don't know. From far, it might work. I got a sample from Printful. Black Girl Tote Ting. If you remember the story, this saying, Black Girl Gallivanting, came about because it was a saying that my mom used to say. She used to say, don't go gallivanting. It's something that like all our Caribbean moms used to say, right? Don't go gallivanting, don't go skylarking, don't go dilly-dallying. So I created this Black Girl Tings t-shirts, which is basically these different sayings that, you know, we used to hear growing up, but we're putting it on its head. We are taking these words and actually affirming it, because Black women deserve to occupy space and go gallivanting and go skylarking and just dilly-dally. We deserve the time and space to do these things. So that was the impetus for creating these t-shirts and these sayings. And then I wanted to make a bag. And so this sample is a test, because honestly, the real me is very impractical. Case in point, let me show you the reference. This is the reference bag I absolutely love. And it's this huge, massive bag that is absolutely impractical, not functional at all, but I love it so much. I don't know, you can't even see how long it goes, but it literally goes all the way down to my feet. My knees, maybe. My knees. And so this was the reference, because I would have loved to make something really, really, really big and impractical. But then the mommy in me, the mother in me, is like, no, I need to be able to grab my things easily and reach out for, my baby's food, snacks, or sunscreen or whatever, right? So I feel like the height of it makes sense because it's easy to grab, but maybe I might want something that's maybe a little bit wider. Also thinking about the functionality of like a zipper maybe, or maybe even like a little clasp or something, and then maybe funkier handles even. This is still cute, and I think I will walk around with it and sort of see how it is, just sort of assess how it's received. Ultimately, I think I'm still contemplating whether I want to do print on demand, or I've also contacted a few local suppliers because I think tote bags can be fun and they can add a nice little pop of color to a wardrobe. So maybe even the possibility of doing like a bright colored tote series, that would be cool. And then I've also looked at some overseas manufacturers as well. So I'm still playing around and toying with the idea of the tote bag. But I'm aware of this one. This one's so cute. I definitely will still rock this one. Just thinking about how I want these products to exist in the world, Somebody sent me a message, and she had tried to place an order on the website, and she told me that the shipping it's like the smaller items, so like the gibbets, which are actually quite small. All right, the gibbets are like small like this. Okay, so she was trying to place an order for, I don't know, let's say 6 of them, and then the shipping was something like $20. And I know this because I even put the order in myself and just tried to see. And I feel like that's one of the things that I've been having a hard time with, is understanding pricing and shipping. Because of course it's a business. You're trying to grow a business and you're trying to make things affordable. But then at the same time, you are trying to grow this business. And so I feel like that balancing act is still something that I am struggling. And actually, that's one of the things that I definitely will be talking to my future mentor further to last week's announcement about the grant. I really want to understand what my shipping options might be and how to calculate it so that I can be in a position to afford offering people free shipping, for example, on certain things, like maybe that. I think the discussion of like, how do you set your shipping? At what point does it become easy to sort of absorb some of the cost? And again, I think it's like, incentives such as like when a customer spends a certain amount, when they order a certain number of things, I see a lot of those. But yeah, I'm sort of like not sure how to do that at this point in such a way that I won't be just like absorbing all the costs. I do need to do an inventory check, go through all my inventory and make sure everything is up to date. I need to order some more things that need to be manufactured and shipped. And I am also realizing that the holiday season is almost upon us. We're almost the end of August, and so any sort of inventory that I need to order in time for the holidays, that needs to happen now, literally now. So I'm trying to sort of map out what products I want to invest my time in. And the thing is that I have so many ideas, I am just timid. I'm timid about where I want to spend the money. I know the whole scared money doesn't make money. I get that. But that said, I still want to be smart about how much I invest in certain ideas. I want to make sure that there's research. I want to make sure that, based on my experiences and the data that I'm able to directly collect, I know that there's a proof of concept and that people will be really excited about these things. Okay, that is all for this episode. Don't forget to like and subscribe, comment, engage. It means so much. And I appreciate you. Y'all keep doing what you do. Keep believing in yourselves. I hope when you see my trials and tribulations that you consider your own and you continue pushing. Okay? Mwah, mwah. Bye, y'all. See y'all at the next one.